I know. And that glove you wore in that last show? I know. And that glove you wore in that last show? Psst, that was a fake, man. Come on. You didn't even have the real Swarovski crystals. I know. And that glove you wore in that last show? Psst, that was a fake. I know, I know. I know. And that glove you wore in that last... I know. And that glove you wore in that last show? Psst, that was a fake. You didn't even have the real Swarovski crystals. Swarovski crystals. And that you didn't even have the real Swarovski crystals. You didn't even have the real Swarovski crystals. You didn't even have the real Swarovski crystals. You didn't even have the you didn't even have the real Swarovski crystals. 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 And you got bubbles out here selling edges. And you got bubbles out here selling edges to ethnic women for the low. And you got bubbles out here selling. And you got bubbles out here selling. And you got bubbles out here selling. And you got bubbles out here selling edges to ethnic women for the low. And you got bubbles out here selling. And you got bubbles out there selling ethnic. And you got bubbles out there selling edges to ethnic women on the low. And you got bubbles out there selling edges to women on the low for the low. And you got bubbles out there in Neverland selling edges to kids on the low. And you got bubbles out there selling baby hairs to kids for the low. And you got bubbles out there selling edges to. And you got bubbles out. And you got bubbles making a fortune. And you got bubbles making a fortune off selling baby hairs to ethnic children for the low. That's not right. And you got bubbles out there making a fortune in Neverland off selling ethnic. And you got bubbles out there making a fortune and you got bubbles out there making a fortune. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune. And you got bubbles up. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling baby hairs to disfortunate. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling baby hairs to less fortunate children. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to disfortunate kids, to disfortunate children. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to disfortunate children. Now that's not right. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to less fortunate children. And you got bubbles selling. And you got bubbles up. And you got bubbles out in Neverland. And you got bubbles up in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to less fortunate children. Now that's not right. And you got bubbles in Neverland making a fortune. And you got bubbles up in Neverland. And you got bubbles up in Neverland making a fortune. And you got bubbles up in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to less fortunate children. And you got bubbles up in Neverland making a fortune. And you got bubbles up in Neverland making a fortune off selling fake baby hairs to the less fortunate children. Now that's not right. Okay.